folks, we are still heading westbound. We're in New Mexico currently. It's could be 4:30, might be 3:30. I'm in mountain time, and I forget if I changed the car clock or not, or the car screen. I don't know. Anyway, I have no idea what time it is, but it's afternoon in New Mexico, mountain time, and we are still heading toward Arizona. Looks like I've got about 6.5 more hours on the drive if I were aiming for quartzite tonight, which I'm not. So, but I'd still like to get a good 3 to 4 hours more drive time in, so that I only have to do like a 3-hour drive tomorrow. It gives me some time to do some video editing and get some stuff posted up and tour some Tucson if I care to. Definitely going to try and make Tucson tonight, because in theory there are saguaro cactus outside of Tucson. I still haven't seen one. Apparently, if there are any in Texas, it's not this part of Texas. But apparently Tucson's supposed to be lousy with them, so I'm looking forward to it. I know it's the dumbest thing, but there are 2 things that I really want to see, 2.5, while I'm out in the the southwest states. I want to see a saguaro cactus, because that's still surreal to me that there's a cactus that's a tree. And it would be really awesome if that saguaro had a bobcat in it. Not because I necessarily need to see a bobcat, but because I think it's cool that bobcats hang out and saguaros don't care that they have giant spiny pokey bits. Bobcats like, yeah, and your point. They just don't care. Kind of like honey badger don't care. Yeah, bobcat don't care. The other thing I want to see while I'm out here is an honest-to-God legit roadrunner. It's just a bird. It's native to the region. It should be nothing to see a roadrunner out here, right? But I know they don't look like the cartoon. I know they're not taller than a coyote. They're actually a fairly small bird, about the size of a crow. Maybe a little smaller than that even. Long legs, though. And I haven't seen one yet. I don't know where one has to go to see one. I don't know if they're, solo, like cardinals, you'll usually only see 1 or 2. Jays, you'll usually only see 1 or 2. You don't see flocks of them. Like you see flocks of Canada geese or flocks of finches. I don't think they're a flocking kind of bird. I think they tend to be more solo, so it may be a little harder to see one. But anyway, and thirdly, a coyote. I assume it looks like a dog. I'm not that impressed by the notion of seeing a coyote, but I really want to see a saguaro. Bonus points if it has a bobcat. And I really want to see a roadrunner. I wanted to see a roadrunner the last time I was in Las Cruces, and I did not see one. I pointed it was funny though, I did point at a bird at the state park that I had stopped at, and I asked the ranger there, I'm like, is that one? And he went, no. And the look on his face was like, you're an idiot tourist. And no, that is not a roadrunner. So that's what I'm out here doing. I thought I would just show you guys some landscape. We're still driving. It looks like this. Oh, no. Really lovely sunset going on right now, too. Isn't that gorgeous? I have to say, watching the light play on the land around here and the light play across the sky has just been so beautiful. And there's no buildings and very little mountains of any kind to break up the view, so it's just gorgeous to watch the scenery roll by. So I'm not sure what the wetness is up ahead, but I should expect that we'll find out soon enough. Whoops, the wheel label. Maybe farmers just watered their field, or maybe it's the Rio Grande. What do I know? But you could see the wet for a while. It's reflecting the light. get dust storms talked about in the Midwest because there's no dust. I mean, there's dust, but most of the ground is pretty wet. And so what you get is mud. And there's no such thing as a mud storm. Those happen in California where you get mudslides. So this is different. See what I mean, though? We're clearly passing by something watered. But I'm guessing that's not a lot of water. I'm guessing that's just a puddle. But a really long one. So maybe it did rain out here earlier today. I'll have to check the news and weather and see what it says. Also, we should be about 15 miles from the border between New Mexico and Arizona. So hopefully I'll have you guys on still when we make that crossover. Callie is confused. Hi, Callie. Is confused by the time changes that we've driven through. To her belly, has been 6 o'clock for 2 hours. But that's because her belly is still operating on Eastern time. In Central time, it is, let's see, they're an hour ahead of me. So it would be 7 o'clock Central time, 8 o'clock Eastern time, but I only just now fed her because it's only just now 5:45 in Mountain time. So her belly does not agree with the clock, and so she was dismayed to find that I was making her wait so long for food. But I did just give her some kibble up front. We are going to stop here as soon as I cross into Arizona and have a rest area, and make sure that she gets some dinner and that I get some dinner and the like. Douglas, Arizona, it's 5. Aquí Prieta, Mexico. So we're still really super close to the border. Route 10 just does, or Interstate 10 does that. Rodeo. That's right. Somehow I don't think that's the Rodeo Drive in California, and I don't think it's a rodeo like yeehaw. I think it's a town, which could be pronounced rodeo, could be pronounced rodeo, could be pronounced rodeo. Hard to say. Well, not hard to say, but hard to know which one to call it without stopping and talking to the locals. Oh, I did stop at, I can't remember. I stopped at one of the places with all the billboards and picked up fireworks. Well, let me rephrase that. They sell fireworks, and it occurred to me that fireworks on New Year's is a thing in the southwest. I'm in the southwest. The weather's warm enough, it's dry enough, there's wide open space enough, so yeah, why not shoot off fireworks? And apparently it's a Mexican tradition as well to shoot off fireworks for the New Year's, so it's a thing out here and lots of people were buying them. So because they had fireworks, and I'm a lightweight, I don't need all that, but sparklers are fun. And so I looked at their sparkler selection, and they had neon sparklers, so I got some. And they had some 36-inch long ones, the yard, I call them yard sparklers. If I have established a spot in Quartzsite in time to light those around my car, I will mark the 4 corners of my car with the yard sparklers that I brought. And then you guys can see my setup, and we'll play with some neon sparklers. It'll just be a thing. But yeah, I have no idea where I'm camping. There's a lot of chatter on all of the Quartzsite related websites that all talk about, are you gonna camp at Skadden Wash or La Posa North, La Posa South? I've forgotten the names of all the other ones. And these are all different Bureau of Land Management camping areas. There's some long-term LTVA, long-term vehicle access, I think is what LTVA stands for, or long-term vehicle areas, where if you're going to stay for a couple of months, it's advantageous to stay at those areas. I'm not staying for, I don't intend to stay that long anyway. I intend to only be here for 30 days. What I plan and what takes place ain't ever exactly been similar, so we'll see how that goes. So I'm not going to stay at the LTVA. because I'm gonna do the 14 days at one BLM, 14 days at another BLM, and then kick it somewhere else. I'm not sure where. But that's the goal at the moment. But I haven't figured out, do I want to be in La Posa North, La Posa South, Skadden Wash? I don't know. And I'm not going to know until I get there. So it's part of why I want to do most of the driving today, so that all I have to do is like 2-3 hours of driving first thing in the morning, and then I'll be there. And I'll have plenty of daylight hours to kind of scope it out and, orient myself and figure out where I might want to park and what's closest to the things I want to go see. And I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. Could be good, could be crazy. I understand that there's already a ton of people there. There are people who live in their RVs and tents and campers and cars and whatnot that all descend on Quartzsite from November through March because the weather's good for it, the camping is free, so it's a big to-do. And so since a lot of these people have been pouring in for the last 2 months, and January is the really big huzzah, that's when the Big Tent RV show is, that's when the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous is, and so all of those things mean that the last 2-3 weeks of January are going to max out the occupancy there, and that's when I decided I'd go. It's kind of like deciding that you're only going to go to a convention Friday night and Saturday and miss all of the Thursday stuff where it's lighter and the Sunday stuff where it tapers off. So yeah, I'm doing the right smack in the middle of the crazy. But that's alright. I can't imagine it's all that different than a convention in that regard. Figuring out where the vendors are and figuring out where the food court is and figuring out where programming is. It's effectively the same thing, just, writ city size. It's fine. I'll work it out. It's not my first rodeo. Well, if there's a rodeo, it will be my first rodeo. I haven't been to one of those yet. But, oh, hey, we must have crossed over. It's 390. Yay. Don't text. We're in Arizona. Huzzah. I didn't see a sign, but I saw that the exit numbers changed. So, yeah, maybe there'll be a sign. I was like 5 miles inside of New Mexico before I saw a New Mexico sign. And then there were like 7 signs in a row. Welcome to New Mexico. New Mexico welcomes you. Have a great time in New Mexico. So maybe Arizona is the same way. They're not going to give me a welcome sign until I'm well established. So we'll see what happens. There's a rest area in 1 mile. Almost certainly going to pull over there because Callie would like to have more complicated breakfast than what she's had so far. Or dinner. Hello. I know what time of day it is. I really do. State Farm. If I'm still not seeing it well, I'm going to have to review the video of me chattering my head off and see if I already passed a Welcome to Arizona sign. Craziness. Half a mile though to the rest area, so we are going to pull off at that. And the next rest area is not for another 69 miles. Woohoo! So let's stop at this one. We can use the facilities. The kitty can have her breakfast. And I'll review the video to see if I just completely talked over passing the sign. Or if it's after the rest area. Such questions we shall have to see. Ooh, cars get the back. Nice. Well, not really. I mean, there's not all that much separation, but that's okay. But yay, cars. And some stuff. Go down a little bit. Park right there. I shall park. Do. Ba-donk. There we are. It looks like a rest area with a place to walk your dog and a dog being walked. Alright. Enjoyed a cute dog. Bonus dog. Yeah.